welcome back. I think this is the first talk. Uh, Before I start, I would really uh, say thank you to Dr. Datta and Dr. Tripathi for inviting me and giving me an opportunity to interact with all of you here today. And although I come from a very scientific background, but since it is a program where many of you might not be from my discipline, so before I start, I would like to understand the the breadth of the different disciplines that is being represented here today, so that it becomes easier for me to discuss about whatever I have prepared for my talk. So before starting, I would also say that I thought it's a refresher program, and thinking it's refresher, I thought it would be homogeneous participants from the life science life science. However, what I understood yesterday night only, that it possibly is not only kind of a focused life science, but the group also represents people from other disciplines. So therefore, can we ask how many of you are from biology background? Can you just raise your hand? Okay, it's very few, so it becomes my challenge now. Now, how many of you are from, let's say, social science, economics, physics, chemistry, mathematics, computer science, agriculture? Okay, I have chosen a topic which possibly is very close to my heart and also my students, and where we work. However, once I understood yesterday that there would be people from other disciplines, I have divided my talk into three different areas for today, and tomorrow I'll be talking something different. However, the way I would be starting is, I would try to give little bit of a glimpse in few of my initial slides, which would talk about the rationale of doing the work in the particular area that I'm going to talk to you today and tomorrow. And then little bit the second part of the slides would also tell you about the genesis of basically the essence of all life science discipline, that is genetics, and then what are the techniques and technologies one could adopt to understand the genetics behind any trait. Now, then I would move on to one particular area that we work on in our lab, and I'll give a glimpse what we have done, and some example worldwide that people have also done. There I would stop today, and tomorrow I would delve with the other area that we work on in our laboratory. However, if any one of you think that my deliberation is more technical and you are not understanding, please raise your hand and stop me in between and ask me questions, and I would really appreciate that. And I would also appreciate if the discussion becomes more interactive rather than I am only speaking and all of you are listening or sleeping. So don't do that. Make it more attractive and more interactive. So with this, I'm going to speak to you today the topic, which is One Health, One Omics. This omics is kind of a jargon in the science. I'll later on explain what is it. However, the essence of the whole talk is One Health. So health, all of us understand what is health, right? So now, next I say it is getting from deep data to deliverables. What do I mean by that? Whether we do today a science or a social science or any other discipline or IT, it's all data. You know, we are worldwide generating trillion and trillion of data based on many research. However, when we actually get so so much data. How do we actually use this data? And how do we make deliverables, which in my talk I would be focusing on towards One Health. That means how do we make a healthy nation, not only in India, across globe, and what do we learn from this deep data that I call it, and from that knowledge, how can we convert that knowledge to make innovative solutions towards health and food security in nationally as well as globally. So I hope this much is understandable to all of you. Yes or no? Okay, so let's see how we could do that. Now, why I say that food and nutrition and health, if you agree with me, impending challenge due to the global climatic scenario and the change in the climatic condition worldwide, at the same time, the population growth, if you actually see, is increasing gallopingly from, let's say, 1800 to the year 2100, almost 300 centuries, that in the developing nations, where we also fall as India, so much of population growth, and at the same time climatic conditions are so different now that right now, if you see the March temperature in Tripura might not have been this 50 years back. However, today it is this kind of a situation. So therefore, there is a real change in the climatic condition, having so many of different disasters that's happening, including tsunami and many others. And right now in Australia, we have so much of fire, so much of rain. So it's not a local problem, but it's a global scenario. So in that case, due to these two reasons, what is happening is we are also globally having more of a disease burden. And if we see what kind of diseases that human beings are having today are shifting little bit, that if you go back to the history maybe 50 years back, communicable diseases. Now what do we mean by communicable diseases? Communicable diseases are those diseases which come due to the infection that we have. So 50 years or 70 years back, we used to learn more of cholera, more of enteric diseases, more of other diseases which used to be the cause of the death. However, today with the changing scenario, with the more awareness that has come in the medicine field and in the, I would say, the hygiene condition in countries like us and many neighboring countries, what we are seeing that as per the ICMR data, that is Indian Council of Medical Research data, and also globally, this has been reviewed in 2017, 2 years back, by the World Health Organization, that tells us that it is not the communicable disease, but it is a non-communicable disease which is becoming a major threat for the human being worldwide. And now, what do we understand by non-communicable diseases? Non-communicable diseases are those diseases which are not due to the infection, but due to the lifestyle disorder. So you all would be hearing from your doctors nowadays, lifestyle disorder. Now I'm not a doctor, but what I understand about lifestyle disorder is that the disorder that is more related to the food intake that we have, and from there what we actually have in our body is kind of a heart disease, kind of a diabetic situation. And as you know that India is the capital of diabetes today worldwide. So it's real challenge. How do we cope up with this kind of non-communicable diseases? So that becomes the majority of the disease that we see. And as you see this graph, from 1990 to 2017, it has increased from 40% to almost 60%. So 20% increase in the incidence of non-communicable diseases over only 20 years. However, the communicable diseases, which were almost 90%, has actually coming down actually by somewhere around 27% at this point of time. So where we have almost 65% of this communicable disease, we have only 25% of non-communicable diseases as a disease burden that we face today globally. What is the rest of the thing is something like injury, it's something like road accidents, that we have or many other kind of accidents that we have. So now, can I please request not to please photograph anything or video anything. Please do that, because as I would go ahead, it would have many of the unpublished data, and that becomes a threat